But once I started studying permaculture and water capture, I realized that there's a lot of elevation on this property. And Richie and Colleen right now are working on marking level elevation areas to put in swales. Swales are a permaculture practice for water capture, and they work with the gravity of your property, and they capture water in what look like ditches, but they're little more than ditches because they're built on gravity flowing, or I should say downslopes of your property, and they're built up on the low side with what we call berms, which is basically the ground that comes out of the ditch-like structure that runs through it on level ground, and it holds water, and it causes the water then to soak in gradually, when oftentimes on a slope the water runs off and it never really soaks into the ground enough. This water capturing system then works together all over the land to capture rainwater and to let it soak in gradually to the ground, and you plant your crops then on the downslope. And it's an irrigation system that works with nature, and it's part of permaculture practices. So Richie and Colleen are marking. They made this tool. Richie made this tool. And what is it called, Richie?
An A-frame level.
An A-frame level.
Yeah.
And you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, it's just a pretty simple device. It's usually made from just scrap material on site. Basically you have A-frame here. The bottom is exactly 2 meters, and you make sure that this cross piece is level, and you have a bubble level on it, so that as you're going across contour, or with contour, you can make sure that you're exactly on the same elevation all across your swale, so you don't want any flow within the swale itself. And you can either use a bubble level, or you can also hang a string from here with a weight on it, and then that'll also, once you have your midpoint, it'll also tell you whether or not it's level. So we've been using it a lot, and it's worked so far.
And all these posts out here are along lines of levelness, and there's multiple different ones. Looks like an acre of posts. Colleen's over here bringing up the posts. So Richie is finding the level spots and Colleen's marking them. And this is the next step then, is to take the tractor and to mark them with a single plow. And tomorrow we have a bulldozer coming to actually finish the swales by digging them out more completely. And we'll show you that tomorrow. So in our area, with our annual precipitation, average precipitation, rain, we know that our swales need to be about 30 feet apart.
At least 22, 24.
At least 22 or 24, and then we're allowing 5 feet for each swale, because with our type of soil, we need them to be wider and more shallow than if we had a more clay-based soil, which would require a deeper, narrower swale. Right, Richie?
That's right.
Okay. Richie's studying permaculture. He's very interested in permaculture. So he's kind of instigated this project, though I've been thinking about it for a long time, and this is one of the pluses of the pipeline, allowing us to do some things that we wouldn't normally be able to do because this ground would be in production. And giving up a season of production would be kind of hard to do. And fitting it into the off season would be even harder. So for this, I guess I have to say I'm thankful. Be back with the tractor in a little while.
Hey everyone, today's a pretty big day here at Bertrand. We're putting in our final well, some of our final work on the swales, at least with the heavy machinery. We're going from these single plow marks that we put out here in the last couple weeks, and we've got the contractor friends over there. You see them with the bulldozer and the tractor. They're putting in the final cut, so it's going to look, a lot of our swales are going to look more like this. And so you can see we have this nice contour here. It's kind of slopes down and then comes up onto the berm. We're going to actually end up evening out this berm a little bit because it's a little bit steep. That's just a limitation of the machinery. So we have this all leveled out. We had our guy check it, and the measurements we did with the A-frame level are actually within 1 inch, same elevation on either side of the swale. So it shows you homemade tools can do a pretty darn good job measuring for you. And then we're going to be planting our trees up here on the berm, some of our pig crops, root vegetables, and nitrogen fixing plants, so that we can sort of get a little sort of forest pasture going here for our pigs. So we've got a lot of these to go yet. This is only our first one. We've got 8 or so more to do over the course of the day. So big day here, and we're really happy, really excited to get all this work done. And of course we've got great help to do that. Signing off for now. Bye.